Hey, wait, do not cut this. This is the whole video's engine. There is a number I need to show you, and once you see it, you're not going to be able to unsee it. 79.57 trillion naira. That is how much money Nigerians have sitting in their domiciliary account right now. That is what we call dollar account, for those of you who do not know. Money people were told was saved. Money people sacrificed to save, and a huge chunk of it trapped, sitting on paper, growing on paper. But when people actually try to touch it, queues, restriction, rules that changes overnight stop them from accessing their hard-earned money. And here is the part that is going to make you very angry. While that money sat there, safe inflation was eating the rest of what they have kept in their Naira account silently, one small note at a time. This video is all about the two-sided trap almost nobody warns you about. Stay to the end because the whole way out is not what you think. Hi, I'm Choma, and on this channel, I don't do fear for the sake of fear. I do truth, and then I hand you a plan. So before you close this phone or the tab thinking, not another doomed video. No, this is the opposite. This is the video that finally explains why saving felt like losing even when you did everything right. If you have ever looked at your account balance, maybe your dollar or your Naira account, and felt this quiet unease that you couldn't explain, then this video is going to name that feeling for you. And then we're going to deal with it right now. So comment, I feel this right now, if you have ever watched your savings sit there and somehow still feel poorer. Let's start with the story so many of us were told. Save in dollars, Naira will always fall. Dollars will always hold their value. Open a domiciliary account, put your money there, and you are protected financially. Millions of people did exactly that for years. They watched the Naira slide from around 460 Naira to the dollar past 1,000 and felt smart every time because their money was safely sitting in the dollar, growing in Naira equivalent terms with every devaluation. Here is the twist nobody explained at the start. Holding dollars inside a Nigerian bank is not the same as having access to them. Picture a woman. She could be your auntie, your colleague, maybe even you, who spent 5 years quietly moving money into her domiciliary account every month. Disciplined, careful, doing everything the financial advice told her to do. Then the day comes she actually needs it. A medical emergency abroad, a child's school fees, or a flight she had to book, and suddenly withdrawal limits, documentation requests, come back to cash scarcity at the bank, rules that seems to shift depending on which week you work in. Her money did not disappear. It's still there on paper in the statement, but on paper is not the same as in your hand while you need it. This is the trap. The very asset that was supposed to protect you from losing purchasing power now becomes an asset she couldn't actually use at the moment she needed it most. That's not financial security. That's a different kind of fragility wearing a dollar sign as a disguise. And I want to be careful here. This isn't me telling you dollar savings are useless. No, they are not. We will get to know what actually worked in a few minutes, but I refuse to hand you the same recycled advice, just save in dollar, without telling you the parts that gets left out of every single one of those videos. Quick check before we go to part 2. Comment 1 if you have a domiciliary account. Comment 2 if you don't. I want to see the split in real time because I think it's going to surprise both sides of this comment section. Now let's talk about the Naira silent thief, the money that wasn't moved into dollars. The Naira sitting in regular savings account, or was sitting under a mattress, in a wrapper, in a small money for small things piles. Why the dollar trap story is so loud and dramatic? The second story is quiet, so quiet most people don't even notice it's happening until years later when the two Here is the plain truth. Nigeria's inflation has in recent years sat well above 20%. That means a regular savings account paying 4 to 6% a year isn't growing your money, it's losing it. Just lower than you kept it under the bed every single month, silently without a single alert on your banking app telling you just lost purchasing power today. Your money is buying you less than it did the month before. Even the physical cash is part of the story. Smaller notes, the 10 naira, 20 naira, 50 naira, have quietly become almost meaningless in our day to day spending, not because of any official policy, but because inflation made them irrelevant. Nobody announced it, yes. Nobody sent a memo. It just happened. One price increase at a time until one day you realize you can't even buy what those notes used to buy. This is why so many of us have this specific hard to name exhaustion around money. It's not just that things are expensive, it's that the ground keep moving under our feet in two directions at once. Inflation eating what we kept close, restrictions gripping what we kept safe, abroad in dollar form. Two trap, same root cause. A system where the average saver was never given the full instruction. Here's why I'm making this video now and not 2 years ago. Because right now, in this 2026, more people than ever are waking up to this two-sided trap at the same time. And that means more conversation, more awareness, more pressure on the system that created it. But awareness without a plan just turns into anxiety. And anxiety makes people freeze or panic or even make emotional decisions with money, which is exactly the wrong move. So let's talk about what actually protects you, not from a place of fear, but from a place of strategy. I'm going to give you the actual way out, real practical shifts, not vague diversify your portfolio advice that means nothing to someone deciding between school fees and rent this month. Number one, I will tell you to split, don't stack. This mistake in both trap is putting all your eggs, whether dollar or naira, in one basket, one account type or location. A mix of liquid naira for daily life, so dollar exposed for protection, and separate growth focused investment like the NGS listed stock or dollar dominated assets. Each serve a different job. Saving protects money from being spent. Investing protects money from losing value over time. They are not the same two, and using only one leaves you exposed. Two, prioritize liquidity, not just currency. The lesson from the dollar trap isn't don't save in dollar. It's ask how fast you can actually access it before you need it, not after. A safe asset you can't touch in an emergency isn't actually safe for that emergency. This is exactly why on this channel, when I research markets, whether that's NGS or ADS, liquidity is always one of my top screening criteria, not an afterthought. Number three, build an income stream priced outside Naira entirely. This is the piece almost nobody talk about. Instead of only trying to protect Naira, you already have. Build a new stream of income that's never denominated in Naira in the first place. Like digital products sold in dollar, content monetization, remote skills sold to international clients. This doesn't just protect old money, it generates new money immune to the trap from day one. Four, get financially literate before you get financially reactive. Almost every mistake in both this story, the trap domiciliary account, the money left quietly eroding in a low yield account, happened because someone followed advice they didn't fully understand. Understanding why an asset behaves the way it does is what lets you act early, clearly, instead of scrambling when the news breaks. Now, I'll keep coming back to that woman from earlier in this video, the one who did everything right and still got caught in the trap. I don't tell her story to scare you. I tell it because I want you to become the version of her that had this video before she needed it. The version who understand the trap before she was standing inside it. That is the whole point of this channel. Not fear, but preparation. If this video ever open your eyes even a little, three things I'm giving you quickly. Comment your number. 1 for domiciliary account if you do have. For 2 for none. I promise I will read them and I will. Like this video so if it reaches someone else who is been quietly feeling this exact it and didn't have a word for it until today. So subscribe because next week I'm going to be breaking down step by step exactly how to build that dollar price income stream that I mentioned in point number 3. Real numbers, real starting point, beginner friendly. I love you all. Protect your money like it's protecting your life. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you next time.